Welcome to Grace. My name is Cindy, and this is church.
Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not be in want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Welcome to the Sharing Place. My name is Stephen Atkinson, and this is your Director's Report. Many years ago, when being tucked into bed, I was fortunate enough to be reminded nightly that I was loved. When I was made, someone said, "It is good," and that each of us have a purpose. I understood the world from the idea that God made man in his image. And because of that, every person mattered. Didn't matter what their race, creed, gender, educational background, or financial background was, they mattered. I didn't grow up poor, but I did grow up in Toronto. Toronto was a great city. It's known for being multicultural, for its art scene, for its film, for its sports, for its great food. We at the Sharing Place, I am proud to say, make some great food. But too often we try to look past something we see taking over our city. Hopelessness. We try to pretend that could not be us, or that it isn't that big of a problem, or that somehow if we look another direction, the problem will go away. Now that I am older, I realize my memory of my childhood is really fuzzy. I only remember the really good parts. For instance, those bedtime moments which gave me hope, or the parts which were darker than they ought to be for a child. One day when I was just old enough to remember, my mother from the suburbs took me on a trip downtown to have lunch with my office working father. It was meant to create one of those good memories. Instead, as we walked out of the subway, I was confronted with something I hadn't experienced before: hopelessness. Why did this man not have a home, not have clean clothes, not have food to eat? I couldn't comprehend how this was possible. Did this person not know that they were loved, that they were good, that they had a purpose? Each of us have a decision to make when we see this hopelessness grow around us in our city. What will we do? Will we do anything, or are we content to look away? No one goes to school and says, "One day I dream of grocery shopping at a food bank." No one says in high school, "You know where I love to shop for clothes? The food bank boutique." Yet we are needed more than ever. The pandemic has taken a toll on many people. We have had several people in and out of the hospital over these years. Some have passed away. Some have lost jobs or had their hours reduced to next to nothing. Some people have had their rents increased dramatically, while others who lived in rented rooms faced moving challenges when their owners decided it was time to cash out. The stress of life has caused some to get divorced and quickly realize that for most, Toronto is not a one-income city. Some of our people who used to have better access to mental health services have had nowhere to go. A couple weeks ago, a man who was always so happy to be at the Sharing Place, was forced by finances to move out of the city. This was his home. Another one of our clients is terminally ill. In the last week alone, we served 5 new to Canada Ukrainian families. We are needed. Hope is needed. Some people may call the Sharing Place a food bank, yet it is much more than that. It is a place where we stand by people going through tough times, where we inspire through our actions, where we encourage through our words, where we can be a friend and where we can make a friend. A place where people see our hearts, a place where ones who have lost hope can feel good again. A place where we can use our gifts and become the people we were meant to be. A place where people realize that they are more capable than they give themselves credit for. A place where people are built up physically, emotionally, and spiritually. A food bank delivers a meal, which is good, a good start. But the Sharing Place delivers a meal with a large side order of hope. Recently, my son has taken to Lego, Duplo to be precise. Bent over on the hard floor together, we take each block and attempt to make the perfect tower. First, we need to make a strong base. We learn that each piece used correctly can build something far stronger than any piece is on its own. Each piece matters. That is no different here. We have our base. For 31 years, the Sharing Place has existed to share, care, and love all who enter our doors. We have the blocks, strong board members, strong community members, strong supporting businesses, strong volunteers, and countless people who may not believe it now, but through hope will learn that they too have something to give back. I am never sure exactly how our Duplo Lego towers are going to end up. What I do know is that by building each night, I share hope, love, and purpose with my son. I do not know exactly how we are going to build the Sharing Place, but I do know that by carefully examining, connecting, curating the blocks, we share hope, love, and purpose for all who enter our doors. One of the great things over the last year is how people came together. We now have a garden on the side of our building which grows some vegetables for us. Who doesn't like a fresh tomato? We have had businesses in our area donate masks, sanitizers, gloves. We have had a group of churches willing to prepare us food. We have had help from our local grocery store. Local schools make sure to run food drives for us, while at the same time, we have had help from small children in the area who decided that food for the Sharing Place was more important than a new toy for their birthday. Here are our Lego blocks. Let us build with them. That day when I was just a kid and was confronted with my first taste of hopelessness, I was also confronted with the "what am I going to do?" question. For me, the response was simple. We have to get this person some food. Like a stubborn child who wouldn't leave the store without a new toy, I refused to leave that sidewalk without helping that man. Will we do anything? What are we going to do? Or have we become so numb to the hopelessness around us that we are content to look away? During my childhood bedtime stories, I was introduced to someone you may have heard of, Jesus. He was the Son of God. Despite that, he was willing to be born in a barn. He was willing to live a humble life as a carpenter. And he was willing to work with a ragtag group of followers because he knew each of them had hope. Each of them had potential. Every block mattered. But what did I think most about Jesus is that despite being king, he was willing to serve. He was willing to wash his friends' feet. He was willing to feed the 5,000. He was willing to eat with people who others would think are beneath them. The moral implications of being created in the image of God is that if humans are to love God, then humans must love other humans, as each is an expression of God. In other words, if we were made in the image of Jesus, and Jesus loves, serves, gives hope, then perhaps for us to be whole, we need to do those same things: love, serve, and offer hope. If you are still listening, I think you are not much different than I was on that day, on that sidewalk. There is something inside of you that stubbornly refuses to accept the status quo. You refuse to look away. You are compelled to do something, at the very least, some food. But what if it was more, though? What if the food was made with love, given with hope, in a place of peace, which brings about joy? That is something to believe in. This is the Sharing Place. My name is Stephen Atkinson, and this is your Director's Report.
Thank you